what is she going to do here? Because like everything that matters already happened. The Empire's hurt. The Empire's reputation is destroyed. The Galactic Council isn't going to change anything because of what Demerzel ends up saying. So she's not going to kill Gale. That doesn't even seem like it's on the table either. Like what possibilities you see playing out here of what they could end up talking about?
There's a lot of possibilities, but it's so interesting because we had kind of Harry and Demerzel have a conversation in which Harry clearly had the leg up in that convo because he at this point had the prime radiant, he had all the psychohistory, and then he was then giving that information to Demerzel. This is a completely different scenario in where we have not necessarily that Gale is a stand-in for Harry, but she kind of is somewhat of an equivalent of someone who's so well versed in psychohistory. She is engaging in activities that are promoting the Foundation, the Second Foundation, and kind of the decline of Empire. And I just don't know what Demerzel's perspective of her is. Like you could very easily and just be, she's an enemy for sure. That seems like the most basic answer. But how much of Demerzel's subconscious mind is going to play a role maybe in this conversation? Is this not necessarily a loophole, but is Gale's plan a way for Demerzel to get kind of her freedom?
I could
If
see
the
it.
end of the Cleonic dynasty happens, even as simple as the succession almost, let's say, of the Galactic Council taking over Empire in place of the Cleonic dynasty, if Day's gone, if Dusk ascends, if Dawn's dead and they don't pop out another baby or decant more, like Demerzel's kind of free to go. Is she not?
I mean, yes, but she can't allow that to happen, or at least if there's any possibility that the Empire can still be saved, like I feel like it just goes against all the writing of the show that we've been shown so far. I know the whole idea that we've seen very recently is the loophole and the Zephyr conversation about her being slightly reborn from season 1 Demerzel by this point. So yeah, like they can get very creative with the writing, and they always do when it comes to Demerzel as a character, which is why she's one of the best characters of this entire show. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen, but at the same time, she should want to kill Gale.
Yeah,
like at some level,
100%.
like she should just want to snap her neck. But also, do we know if Gale has the Prime Radiant on her? Because are there now 2 Prime Radiants in the same spot?
Yeah, I guess theoretically, Gale, Harry left it for her. She saw it on the table. Does she
So
carry it with her on the ship, or does she keep it safe
on
on
Ignis.
planet on Ignis? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be wild if we somehow saw them both take it out at the same time. I don't even know what the implications of that would be, but it'd be pretty cool to see 2 of them.
But that has to, I think, maybe be almost the beginning of their conversation in a way
Yeah.
of we're both aware that psychohistory, the Radiant, is showing us that history ends in 3 to 4 months. What are we doing about it? What is
Yeah.
your idea? What's our idea? Like, how
Wow,
is there any
I hope
way?
she says it like that too. Like, what are we
Yeah,
doing
like, is
about
there
it?
any way we can work together in the time being? Maybe we
Mhm.
have different long-term goals, but I think both of us have an investment in history itself continuing.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really fun conversation. I'm
And
very
that's
excited to see
and
what
that's
they talk
quite
about.
different than what Gail's plan is, in that because her idea, she wants the Empire to be weaker, and she even shouts Demerzel out when she says Empire should be weaker, but Demerzel has kept it at this larger, stronger level. Part of that for sure is the fact that Harry gave her the Prime Radiant, which is
Mhm.
an interesting, not necessarily a paradox, but according to Gale, who's saying, according to Harry's math, Empire should be weaker. But the reason why Empire isn't weaker is because Harry gave Empire psychohistory and the Prime Radiant.
You're right.
So what is
So
that?
that's the variable that Harry specifically changed, which he shouldn't have been able to, but thanks to Sal
Mm-hmm.
kind of breaking that thing. That's yeah, I mean, like the butterfly, it's so crazy to think about the butterfly effect of things that happen in this show because that's what it's all everything's about. But I'm assuming like she will. They're going to talk about the Prime Radiance, and Demerzel's going to whip out hers, and Gale's not going to know that she has it. And then she's gonna be like, "How'd you get that?" And they're like, "Harry gave it to me." And she's like, "What do you mean Harry gave it to you?" And I think that that could be the start of the conversation. I could definitely see that being plausible.
And is this a way to test? I believe we talked about it in the Discord of do mentalic powers work against
Oh,
Demerzel?
yeah, they definitely don't, is my
Yeah, like,
guess.
is there any that seems like maybe we can get an easy confirmation of that, which then, Gale, even the act of, let's say, failing to use the power on Demerzel then creates the idea of, okay, well, then the mule can't use the power on Demerzel, so Demerzel
Mhm.
becomes even more of an asset in that sense.
Does Demerzel even know about the existence of Mentalics? I feel like there's no reason she should besides the rumors about the mule, which she would never have been able to confirm herself.
Yeah, I think she's aware, I think, of the rumors of the mule, but I don't think she would be. Although, man, she's probably got what 15,000 years of stuff
Yeah,
logged
yeah.
somewhere.
Like
So maybe it could be. Yeah, maybe she's also a way to find out more about Mentalics in general. That could be interesting. Again, there's a million ways that this interaction
mhm.
could go. I can't even imagine how intimidating it felt when they wrote this stuff and was like, "All right, Gale and Demerzel are gonna talk."
The weight behind this, these are
Yeah,
like
where
the
do we
2 most
start?
important non-Harry characters in the entire show, and this is just yeah, they better nail it and hit it out of the park with whatever they talk about, but I have confidence. I mean, this season's been so freaking good.